Mbeumo, the recent Premier League Player of the Month, has been playing a key part in Manchester United's unbeaten run in the last 5 games. So let's talk about how is he delivering to the club both individually and tactically. So let's get into this. So let's begin with how Amorim is using Mbeumo to exploit spaces. So a key factor is off the ball movements. So let's take like Fernandez has the ball here and these guys are ahead. So now Mbeumo could come here, drag this left back with him and create an open space here for Ahmad. Now this space could be exploited with him again dragging the left back, and now Ahmad could come here. Now this centre back will get dragged. This centre back will come here. Now Sheshko could come here to make this open space for Cunha, and then Diallo could cross the ball, and then Cunha could score. Another way he can use is off the ball movements is that he can run behind the defender to get the ball. So let's say Diallo has the ball in this area and everyone is being marked, means Fernandez is being marked, Cunha, Sheshko, Casemiro, and he himself as well. And the only player not marked are Diallo and Delete. So now Diallo has no one to pass to except these two players. But now Mbeumo has a trick up his sleeve. Now, since all the attention is getting dragged to Diallo because he has the ball, so now Mbeumo could move into this open space behind the defender so that the defender cannot notice his cheeky run. So now Diallo could play a pass and Mbeumo could come here behind the defender. And when the defender knows the ball is with Mbeumo, it will already be too late, since now everyone has moved up the pitch with Cunha being free. He can play a corner and then Cunha could score. So this is how Amorim is using Mbeumo individually, and his off-ball movements are the key to exploit spaces on the right-hand side. Another way he is being used is dropping deep for the wing back to make the run. So now let's say Manchester United have a goal kick and we are not going for the second ball. So now what we can do is make Mbeumo drop deep and form a triangle with Diallo and Casemiro. And when the triangle is formed, he will either drag this CDM or the left back. Let's say the CDM gets dragged, the defensive midfielder. Now, this area is being opened up, and instead of Sheshko moving all the way here and making this entire change, we can instead make Casemiro the runner, and he can exploit this space. Let me just clear this. Now, Lamens can play a long ball to Casemiro. Now, it's a 2v1 situation. And don't be stressed about it, because Diallo was already on the run in this space. So now he makes the run, and Casemiro could now play it to three players. One is Diallo, the second is Sheshko, and the third is Cunha, who is also making the run here. Now, a safer option is to go with Diallo, who can then cross it to Sheshko, who can score. And Sheshko and Cunha are the dangerous options. So, if you notice, if this man didn't make the run inside, then this entire thing wouldn't have worked at all. And let's say the left back gets dragged. So now the wing back could make the run instead of Casemiro. So that's a way how Amorim is using Mbeumo individually. And is it a great way? Well, of course, it's a way to make space and exploit the area without the opposition not knowing what just happened. And now, let's say if we want to start out from the back. So in the before example, the one which I showed you just before this, we went for a more direct option since it was a long ball here. But now let's say we want to start out, means small passes and then slowly go ahead. So in this case, again Mbeumo drops in deep, and it starts with Maguire and then with delete. Now Casemiro could drop in deep for Diallo to cut inside. Mbeumo could now come all the way here to make the run. Now, the lead passes it. Cunha could come here because we know that he likes to get the ball. And Mbeumo could start his run all the way here. So, Cunha could get the ball, then he could one-touch the ball to Mbeumo, who made the run. Sheshko could come here, and it could be a direct goal or an opportunity. Another thing I like about Mbeumo is that he can play in many different positions. He can play in this area, he could play in the striker area, and he could play at the left side, which we saw against Tottenham. So now let's talk about how he can do well with on the left side. So when we saw what we saw against Tottenham was a good thing because he has good chemistry with Dorgu because they both are left footed. So what could he do on that left hand side? Let's say there is a goal kick and most of the time we went for the second ball. So let's drag these players here. Now Lamens was mostly playing it on the left side and the ball was coming to Fernandez and then dropping for Shaw. So now at this moment Poro, who is most of an attacking fullback, comes for Dorgu, and that's when Mbeumo begins his run in the space. Now, when he makes the run, Shaw can pass it to him, and then one of these two can come here and finish it. But there's one weakness about this. This would only work if there was some other player because we saw this happen once. But then no one came for the ball. These two just waited here and there was no one in this area to finish it. So people are saying that in that case, if we are playing like this, instead of Cunha, there could have been Šeško, which is a pretty reasonable thing. Since we all know that Šeško is a target forward or an advanced forward who wants the ball inside the box and does not drop in deep like how Cunha does, since he is most of a false nine. So let's say we did this all over again, and now Mbeumo crossed it. So now Šeško, who doesn't drop deep so much, could come here and score. But this guy is also a very key player, so there's no way we could have left him out. And if you want to know more about Cunha, you can check out my video I posted on Tuesday. So check it out. Now we have a good thing with Mbeumo. Means he is a good player. He has good pace, good shooting skills. So he is a very key player we lacked all those years. So in conclusion, Mbeumo is a good signing, probably the best signing we have had since last year. Since last year, I guess. Yeah. And this summer also, he is one of the best signings that has happened. So let's end today's video here. The next player who is going to come out on this series is Mbeumo. I will post that video tomorrow or day after tomorrow. And today I guess I'm going to post another video on the transfer news which is happening on our midfielders, on the new midfielders we could sign, which are Anderson, Wharton, Baleba, and João Gomez. So stay tuned on that one. It will be posted, I guess, after a few hours. So let's end today's video here. Hope you all could like and subscribe, please. And if you want to see a video which I haven't talked about, you can put it in the comments. So bye guys.